Hello everybody out there on the tube. This is your girl Sharita B. I'm here with you with a very controversial topic. Pretty much last week everybody was talking about the main witness on the Trayvon Martin's case. The trial. And I believe her name is Rachael. And they were talking about the way that she, her language pretty much. And they were pretending as if they didn't understand her and all of this other things. But that just shows you the issues that we have here in America about dealing with race and language is very real. I don't know if you know, but I do. I finished my master's in December. My master's is in minority and urban education. So I study languages, and I have studied. Black Latino history, Black history, African American history, and my master's thesis was actually on the importance of being able to speak standard English in the Black community in the United States. So when I heard all the riffraff, just to be honest, when I heard all the riffraff about her not being able to speak English, and people couldn't understand her, and the constantly repeating what did she say, I was like, this is why I wrote my master thesis. And I was like, this is why I may go back to finish my doctorate. No promises, no promises. But I'm comfortable with you guys, my YouTube family. So sometimes I get a little lax and I speak Black English. And sometimes, I may choose to speak standard English. But that's my choice. And I feel like the American population, they can be so appreciative or supportive or accepting of other languages. But when it comes to Black English or, broken English, okay, they fail to realize that it exists. As you see, and when you see people on the news that you're joning and clowning and making fun of, it does exist. Black English does exist. And sometimes people may call it a vernacular or a dialect, okay? But either way either term that you try to use to describe the language, it exists. It has a structure, and therefore it is a language, okay? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I feel, I'm a teacher, and other students, when they speak another language, they receive services that help them learn how to speak standard English. Now, with all my heart, if you know that poor Americans cannot speak standard English, why are they not receiving these services? Once again, if a kid is in your classroom and they speak broken English, they cannot speak English, why would you not give them ESOL services? It seems like a no-brainer. But the American school system would say, oh, they speak English at home, so they don't need any help speaking English. How dumb is that? Didn't you watch, you see the people on the news, you see the controversy with the main witness. I believe her name is Rachael, so I apologize if that's not her name. But the whole point is, shout out to my girl. She did great. First of all, she's a young woman up on the stand on a national murder trial. And it really didn't matter the way that she brought it. Because if she was Hispanic or any other language, and she had like a broken English, and she was able to speak broken English, they would have understood her just as well. I understood her. So my whole purpose of making this video is just for you guys, I want to see what you guys think. And also I wanted to share my opinion about the issue. Obviously, I think that, you know, African Americans should be able to speak standard English, but the rest of America needs to realize and respect that we do have our own language that does exist, okay? And it's not, you can't clown somebody for speaking differently, than you cannot talk about somebody just because they cannot speak the language properly. There's a lot of things that goes along with speaking a broken language. To be honest, like it's usually linked directly to your social economic status. And I don't really think it's just a black issue. Look at Honey Boo Boo. Everybody clowns and laughs about how they talk, and some of those other shows about the cops or whatever in the bayou. No, nobody's laughing or really saying I cannot understand them when they talk. Because they are also speaking broken English. They are also speaking a different dialect of English. But it's our job as Americans to, be able to accept people where they are. So, anyways, this is like many, I'm just venting to you guys. But not only am I venting, but I'm just sharing my opinion or expertise on this subject, because this is something it is really close to my heart. For most of you guys that really know me, I grew up really poor. I didn't know I was poor at all, and that's not a bad thing. My mom held it down, so I thought, she worked all the time so that I can do better, or so that I wouldn't know that we were poor. But I could not speak standard English. I went to college, had a hard time because it was a wake-up call. People were treating me like they're treating Rachel. They're like, what did you say? Huh? Not only that, I was from Tennessee. I went to school in Maryland, for goodness sake. It's going like from the bottom of the map. Tennessee was like number 48 when I left, to the top. Maryland's like number 1. So I was like, yikes. Okay, so I really, really had to teach myself how to speak standard English. And sometimes I still, mess things up. Because you have to understand that I'm bilingual. Just like any other body, I'm processing 2 languages in my head. Because I grew up for years speaking black English. Okay? And yes, when I'm in a professional setting, I may slow down and think twice about my words. But people fail to realize that this is an issue in the black community. It's an issue in America, and we really need to deal with it. But big ups to my girl Rachael. You did great on the stand. Don't let them haters get you down, because they will try. And you guys, tell me your take on things. I know they said that they tried to push this in California years ago, but they got a backlash from the black community. Talking about, honestly, this is something that can help your children. I honestly believe if we can work together and you talk to them schools and tell them that your child, if you have children, or us as a community need to get together and tell them we need a special services like ESOL services, that's English as a second language services, for our children. Because if they do not speak standard English, as you can see on national TV, they are going to be clowned. Okay? No matter what, you can and it was something floating around about Bill Cosby saying, you cannot be somebody's doctor talking like that. Okay? So regardless if we're comfortable at home, and yes, America has to respect and accept your language, but you have to know to some degree. They're going to tell you you need to know how to speak English. Anyways, that's my food for thought for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back for more. Okay? Love you guys. Bye-bye.